I'm Edie Lush and I'm here at the Hub Pavilion in Davos. Delighted to be joined by Teresa Kennedy. She's just walked through our doors into Davos. Tell me a little bit about, first of all, why you're here.
I'm a young global leader for the World Economic Forum, and I focus a lot on empowerment and health, global health. So I'm co-leading a Young Global Leader Health Initiative.
And what does that entail? What does that actually mean that you're doing?
We're looking at the rising rates of chronic disease around the world, heart disease, cancer, diabetes, in places even in sub-Saharan Africa. You'll find in South Africa, for example, there are rates of obesity. 35% of the women are overweight or obese. And we think of Africa, we think of AIDS or malaria or tuberculosis. And now, with the rise in rates, we have more people, dying of diabetes, or having amputations, or going blind because of a behavior-related disease. So what we're looking at is how do we take the infrastructure that's there for AIDS, for example, distribution, and piggyback solutions for chronic disease.
And how do you do that in a country, in an area that's targeted towards one disease? How do you change the health organization and move it somewhere else?
Well, a lot of it's public-private partnerships, which is the beauty of the forum, because we have all these world leaders and different players, the World Health Organization, and so it's a platform for us to come together and really just discuss, okay, what are you doing? What are we doing? How do we come together and create a new distribution system or a new way of thinking to integrate? So we're going from inefficiency to integration.
You're a spokesperson for the American Heart Association as well. How would you compare those two initiatives, working in the U.S. versus working in Africa?
It's actually very similar because I do a lot of work in high-risk communities. Harlem, for example, and where there are high rates of heart disease, diabetes, cancer. 40% on public assistance, so a high poverty rate as well. And so the health status is very poor. The information also, it needs to be tailored culturally. So really similar issues. So part of the opportunity for the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, is to say, how do we take what we're doing in the U.S., and we work a lot in the faith community too. So we talk to the pastors, and so if the pastor is delivering a health message or encouraging you, to take better care of your health, a person might be more likely to listen. And so that's a similar strategy we can use internationally, using the spiritual community, for example, to touch people around health literacy.
Thanks very much for coming, Terry, to talk to us here in the Hub Pavilion in Davos, and I'm Edie Lush.